Welcome back, Crazy Cats, to another GoCat Reacts. I'm GoCat Dave, and today I'm going to be checking out an artist that's new for me called Sophia Isella in a song called The Doll People. I'm excited to hear this. It was recommended to me from some Ginger fans, and I'm really digging Ginger, who I also just discovered. So this is The Doll People. Before we get started, if you could subscribe, that would be a huge help. Liking and sharing is awesome too, but I also really like comments because that way we can get into conversation. So please feel free to comment and tell me what you like about the artist or don't like, or if you ever saw her live. Love to hear it. So without any further ado, let's get started.
The doll people are not men. They are made of ice and glass. Our skin is clay and painted blue. Our head can detach. We are statues with a pulse. We are art you can focus. The doll people are quiet. What is there to say? Art does not interpret itself. There are men with a day to save. We are paintings with legs. We are art you can focus.
All right, so right off, it's kind of a dark, somewhat meditative, soft, but serious and somewhat foreboding, gentle start to the song. And it seems like she's talking about the way some men, a lot of men, unfortunately, see women. And so she's talking about women, I think, in general, and maybe more specifically herself, as being sort of just thought of as an object and not as a person.
Drink the dolls like spread like buttery, your wife, whore, mistress, maid, mother, the beauty and the buyer. Take the screaming one because a woman who doesn't want it is much harder than one that does. Wife, whore, mistress, maid, mother. Wife, whore, mistress, maid, mother. The doll people are alive, or so they say. You can never trust the art these days. To be admired takes precedence over admiring. To be desired takes importance over desiring. Drink the dolls like spread like buttery, your wife, whore, mistress, maid, mother, the beauty and the buyer. Take the screaming one because a woman who doesn't want it is much harder than one that does.
All right, I'll pack it up a little bit. That line about a woman that doesn't want it is much hotter than one that does. It seems to be talking about another thing that in toxic masculinity is the fact of it being more of a domination thing than an actual romantic thing. Sex as domination, and particularly if there's struggle. It sounds sick to me, but there's just so much of that. And the other thing that she was saying about being, it's like more important to be desired than to desire, and she used a few other adjectives. And I think that's talking about maybe the pressure, either the pressure on women or the self-feeling, maybe from the way some women were raised, that they're taught that that's what they're supposed to prioritize, being desired, as opposed to actually trying to figure out what they desire. What do I desire? And I don't need to just be an object, but yet, that seems to be sort of what's happened. So anyway, that's where I'm at. Let's continue.
The beauty and the buyer. Take the screaming one because a woman who doesn't want it is much harder than one that does. Paint popping off of us like rockets, stepped right out of a fantasy. The words so stuck to our pockets. The beauty and the buyer.
I'm gonna back it up a bit for that. I'm not sure if that's kind of like a bridge. Um, but it's I actually sort of like the melody, and of course the words are very poetic in the feel of it, but I just don't feel right about sort of getting into it because at the same time the lyrics are telling this story that I don't want to sort of disrespect by just enjoying the music, if that makes any sense. It's like the message is so serious. Although she's an artist and she wants to be, I'm sure, listened to and have their music enjoyed and stuff. So it's an unusual place to be. Normally I'd be grooving to the music, but I'm just kind of sitting with what she's talking about.
The doll people are gone. They don't know what happened. They looked under her skirts one morning, but all they saw were maggots. They banged their head on the wall. They fucked the yard on that afternoon. The dolls are off running and laughing together, swimming in the milk of the moon. Wife, whore, mistress, maid, mother. Wife.
I'm not sure now if that's escape, that the doll people are gone, or it's some sort of resignation, and maybe the true self of the soul, the heart, the spirit, whatever, has had to kind of go away and just leave the empty shell to fulfill its obligations to the world of men. I'm not sure exactly, but that's kind of what I was getting out of it. Let's back up a little.
Dolls are off running and laughing together, swimming in the milk of the moon. Wife, whore, mistress, maid, mother. Wife, whore, mistress, maid, mother. Wife, whore, mistress, maid, mother.
Yeah, that was heavy. And it did mention like the puppet people like running off and laughing, and so I don't know if there's any escape that's being talked about here. Um, unless it could also just be an escape into some sort of a fantasy world, or maybe just an escape with other women who are, you know, dealing with the same struggle, having some escape. But I don't feel like it's as literal as that. I feel like it's something that I want to hear you guys tell me about. Anybody who's a fan here of Sophia Isella, you may know a lot more about what she's specifically talking about here. If there was, I don't know, something in particular that surprised it, or what the song means to you. I'd like to hear about that. And I'd also like to hear if anybody's seen her live and what the show's been like. So these are the questions for you. If you choose to accept them, please rate your answers in the comments. And yeah, we'll have a nice little conversation there. So thanks for stopping by and checking out my video, and I will catch you next time.